So what is up, guys? Bakugan Bros East here, and we're with our boy Jake. And yeah, today we're doing a deck profile. He's never done a deck profile before, but why not do it today and show us something new? Yeah. All right, cool. So let's get into it.
Alright, so we're doing something a little bit different today. So a new ruling came out with our boy Trox Ultra, the original one. I guess we're now able to use Winton the Hungry. He's the 1-cost hero as opposed to the 4-cost hero to get his stats. So we're trying to mix him in and get something kind of interesting out there, make him a little competitive for all you Trox fans and Winton fans out there. So starting out the deck, of course, we're going to have the main man himself in his beautiful diamond form.
Vintage Trox Ultra.
Always have to have it iced out. And he plays an orange shield and a helix. So pretty standard. I don't play any gear in this deck. I would if there were maybe different attributes, but we're just going to go with the solid 300 shield and the 600 -3 helix form. Give him the best possible boost. Because he does have pretty weak stats. At 301, he's probably not going to be winning any battles up front. Although if he does, your opponent misses, you do have that nice chance to energize off of his effect.
Cool.
That's how we're starting out with him.
So Vintage Trox is the lead, I guess the main of the deck, the star of the deck, I guess, right?
Yeah, he's got to have obvious support. And that being said, we're going to go right on into Hydorus. So by far one of the best turn 1 Bakugan. He comes out at a solid 1,506 damage. Pretty hard to get around that turn 1 unless you're got something awesome with like Nature's Power or something weird with Super Fuel. And there's his little figure, which we did in a previous video. So
Diamond Hydra's core.
Yep, of course, I have to ice out. It's just mandatory. Again, another 603 helix for him. That gives him the best possible boost with Trox. It's 2 there. So if you're like me, I have a little bad accuracy hitting 1. There's 2 for you. And just a solid +3 Green Fist, so they help you win those Midas Syndius battles.
Yeah.
I mean, there's probably better options out there if you decide to put some gear in, but it gives you the best chance there.
Cool. That's so. We didn't say it, but yeah, it's Pyrus Aqua's Vintage. So the next one is
Pyrus Dragonoid Ultra, and of course his diamond form. Now he's just probably the most solid Pyrus Bakugan right now at 505. It's kind of evened out stats, and I do like his core lineup. Pretty basic. The 650 Magic Shield and the 250 +3 Red Fist kind of go either route, damage or B power. His evolution is really cheap, which I love. That can help you win either just normal battles or Midas Syndius battles. So he's kind of the balance on the team.
Yeah, cool.
Turn 2 definitely. And going on the deck, starting with meat and potatoes. That is the mandatory. We have 3 copies of Titan Trox Ultra.
Yep, cool.
Titan Trox, he's pretty cool. He's 5 cost, 1,010 damage. Not the best without Winton over here. If he wins, you get to energize. But yep, show the camera. But Winton's on the board plus 1,010, so a base 2,020. You're pretty much gonna win almost anything. If you have going up against something wild like HTN at 2,300, then there's the option for Mac at his 20 awesome damage. So definitely a top contender there. But 5 cost can be a little steep.
Yeah, but it's just easy to bring out now with the ruling change where you don't have to play the expensive Winton. It's just easy to get the 1-cost Winton on the board and then drop that. And it just works out a lot better now.
Exactly. And we also got 2 copies of Hyper Dragonoid Ultra for Piracy, 808, 2 cost. Real nice, because typically you're going to go turn 2. Your Dragonoid Hydorus is kind of expected to win turn 1 at 1,500, so you can drop that, be a solid 1,450. You got to be a little rough for your opponent to get over if you grab your Magic Shield. And that's pretty self-explanatory there.
Cool. 808 is pretty solid. And like you said, it's pretty cheap, so it's just easy to just drop and then just duke it out from there.
Going on to our flips, we have 3 copies of Rock Riser. So Rock Riser, it's a 1 cost, stops Magic Shield and normal Orange Shield. That's pretty decent coverage there. A lot of players do play Magic Shield, so you're going to run into that a lot. You do have a few people that are playing Orange Shield with odd things like Nilius Ultra, things like that. So stops that damage for you, pretty decent.
Well said. It's cheap. That's the most.
It is one cost. I mean, that's it's pretty awesome. And then the last 3 flips we got 3 copies of Constrictor. Again, it's a 1-cost flip. This one stops Helix and Green Fist. Yeah, you're going to run into Helix. You're going to see mirror matches on Hydrus a lot, so that Helix is going to stop that. Your opponent happens to grab it. Green Fist, new Dragonoid. He plays Green Fist, does massive damage, so that's going to be one of the best things to stop those huge attacks.
Yeah, Jake hates taking 6 damage turn 1, so he's like, you know what? I'm playing 3 Constrictor.
That is mandatory. That's just 6 damage turn 1, bend over. It's what it is.
Oh my god.
So, going into our heroes now. Again, something kind of mandatory. We have our 3 copies of Winton the Hungry. That is mandatory for Trox, and at 1 cost, it's not bad. You can easily drop that turn 1 after you've won with Hydrus. Just get that out of the way. If you get 3 cores,
trifecta.
Nice, you get your trifecta. You get +3 damage. Again, it's going to help with your Mac Midas Indius
and Shadow
Strike. Mm-hmm. So somebody wants to try to Nature's Power you. Not gonna happen with Winton over here. He's hungry and he's taking all that himself. So
yeah, and let's just show off the Titan trucks with the Winton as well. Because total, I mean, if you were to pop off the play in 1 turn, you would need about 6 energy. I mean, you don't typically drop them both in the same turn, but you drop this early on, and then by the time you get ready to drop this, it's just already set up for you, and he's just beefy and ready to go. So yeah, let's just tuck that away. But yeah, 3 copies of Winton the Hungry. Funny enough, I used to think the card was bad myself until I put it in my deck, and I'm like, wow, this actually makes a difference.
I'm with you. I was like, oh,
yeah, and it's cool because it gives the Hydrus the Shadow Strike, so early or later on in the game, it does your team tactics become bigger. Honestly, surprisingly, it's just yeah.
When I first saw him, I'm like, oh, cool, another hero for Mantanoid Ultra or something to get off of just that 1 cost because Shargo Ronin is hot dog water, but we have him, so that's another possibility too. Yeah, cool. But going into some more heroes. We have 3 copies of Shun. Yep. This is just to help you draw because, something turn 1 you can do, which we'll get into in a minute. You can just super fuel turn 1 into Shun if you don't, think you're going to win or you're going to just drop Hydrus anyway and you're really accurate. Start drawing because the last thing you want to do is have one of your combo pieces hit early on, and that really helps you get the hand you need. So everybody kind of runs Shun nowadays.
Yeah, you don't.
It's a self-explanatory card.
If you're not playing Shun and Aquas, it's probably because you can't get the card or can't afford it or something. 9 times out of 10 you play Shun when you play that copy of Shun BR.
Yeah, and he's easy enough to get. I mean, I believe there's one deck that comes with 2 copies of him, if I'm not mistaken.
I don't think so. I don't think the BR decks came with
him. I know at least one. It came with 1 copy, but I'll have to go back and look. But yeah, he is easy enough to grab.
Yeah, it might have been the one that came with the Air Zero and stuff too. It might have been. I don't recall. It's been a while.
And going into our final hero, we have 3 copies of Mac.
Cool.
Because Mac is just absolutely awesome. He by far one of my favorite heroes. I mean, permanent +2 for the whole thing, and then win by damage. You're gonna. I mean, if your Dragonoid's evolved, 8 damage is pretty beefy. You can grab one of your red fists or the green fist and be at over 10 damage very easily. And it's going to be a little hard for your opponent to get around. A lot of Bakugan that do have that high B power sometimes do lack a little bit in the damage area, and that's where you're going to come on top. So that's kind of, I'm losing that battle, and they've kind of spent a little bit. Drop your Mac. It's going to be a GG, and then he just sits there and gives you +2 for everything.
Yep.
So Mac, you'll always have a place in my decks. Now we're going on into the action cards. We play 3 copies of Quickfire because Quickfire again is amazing and it's 0 cost. You can't beat that. You miss. Sometimes you just want to burn your opponent for game or just 1 because you don't like what they have on their deck possibly. There's your answer. So doesn't get much cheaper than 0.
Indeed. And are you? We'll get to it in a minute because I don't know. I'm not gonna say what else you're playing in your deck before you actually reveal it because we'll get
and then
there.
our other last reroll 3 copies of Super Fuel.
Cool.
If you're playing Pyrus, it is mandatory that you play 3 copies of Super Fuel because it is the best reroll in the game. Stand by that 100%. 1 cost. You have to reroll your Bakugan, but when you open, the next thing you play is 3 less. So whether that means you want to drop a Shun on turn 1 to just get that draw power early. By turn 2, you could potentially have a Mac. Turn 3, you could already have your Trox combo ready to rock if you play your cards right and keep on winning. That's an amazing team attack. By turn 3, if you've won your first battle with Hydrus, you Midas Indius or something with Drago, and then boom, you've got your Trox ready to go. You're going to be hitting for over 30 damage, and that's awesome by turn 3.
Yeah.
So the combos are really, really decent with this.
Nice. Next up, we have
next we have Nature's Power. 1 cost. A lot of you guys know this is a Battle Brawlers OG card. Really decent. Give a non-Ventus Bakugan -500. Again, that really helps, especially in mirror matches. Sometimes, when Hydorus opens, you're going against another Hydorus, you're tied. You don't want to do that top card flip, especially because we do play so many cheap cards in this game. You're not going to be revealing 7-cost cards and winning that. So, boom, Nature's Power is your answer. And then neg 500 is pretty decent just for 1 cost.
Decent,
so,
that's pretty good. What you mean?
It's amazing.
It's better than decent, yeah.
If you're playing Ventus, you have to have Nature's Power.
Yeah.
But I do believe this was a short print, right?
Yeah, so I think there's another card. It's some Ventus card that came out in I think Age of Reality. It's like a -300, so you could use. It's like a 1 cost -300 to a Bakugan period. It doesn't have to be Ventus. If you can't get Nature's Power, it's a decent substitute, So, but if you can get Nature's Power, definitely get it. It's the good card to have. Yeah.
Of course, there's plenty of them in circulation, so it shouldn't be too difficult with all the Battle Brawlers packs out there.
Yeah, you say that, but you know how it goes.
And of course, since we're playing Mac, we have to be playing 3 copies of Midas Indius. Again, another amazing older card. You'll win 2 cost. You're gonna win the battle by damage, and a lot of these guys are real beefy. Dragonoid at a base 5. If you land on that, base of 6, and then Titan Trox. I mean, if he is Evo, you're gonna win that battle hands down. So unless you're playing something totally wild like Halcor, that's your Pyrus Halcor. That's gonna be your go-to card.
Looking at you, Queso. Looking at you, Queso. You know you love your Halcor. Yeah, but yeah.
I love Halcor too. I used him for a long time. Unfortunately.
Well, we'll see if he watches this video or not. If he comments and he knows we're talking about him, he'll leave a comment. You know what I'm saying? But
very true.
Maybe if he doesn't watch the video, we'll know. So you better be watching these videos.
And the support for those 2 win by damage cards, we have 3 Firewing Blast. This is a beautiful card. It will make your opponent cry 10 out of 10 times. it just does.
Oh, right? Snap, yeah.
So, some people try to be really, really slick. Maybe they have the Midas Indius. Maybe they got the 1-up on you. 1 cost. If you got nothing in your hand, it's +15. The way you energize with this deck, and yes, sometimes Shun can contradict it, you're going to typically have a low hand count. So pulling off a Firewing Blast combo is really nice, especially when you're playing a damaged deck and you're playing a damaged deck and it's like, I'm going to keep thinning this down. They drop that Mac, they drop that Dark Rage. Oh, cool. I'm going to drop Firewing Blast. And yes, it does stack. So for 2 energy, you could be doing an extra 30 damage, and that's absolutely insane. Yeah. So, your opponent will cry if you put this out. If you want to lose a friendship, just easily play this card and you're good to go.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, cool. And last up, we got.
We got a little bit left. A little bit left. Playing, of course, playing Aquas, Blinding Ink. It's just pretty basic. 2 costs. You're gonna negate anything that's 3 or less. This is gonna be outshined really soon. There's a Fusion Force card. I don't remember the name of it, but it is
Baku Slumber.
Baku Slumber. Yeah, it's 2 cost, and that just negates anything. Well, that's
negates any action, and the opponent energizes the action card. I mean, I wouldn't say outshine because Blinding's still good, it's still relevant, but I think the main part is the fact it stops any action card. So it's, I guess in a way it outshines it, but I'd probably still play both.
But I mean, this is still very relevant now. It's going to stop your opponent from going into Song of Fire. People sometimes get a little risky on turn 3 and go, oh, cool, I'm going to drop that Song of Fire and then drop some insane Evo on you. Not going to happen with Blinding Ink. Not going to negate yet.
That's how you make someone cry, and that's how you ruin a friendship. Song of Fire, Ink. No, you thought it was Blinding Ink. Yeah, but
the card has also been ruining friendship since 2019, and that's just the way we're going to keep it.
Yep, so. That's the plan.
And wrapping up this awesome deck over here, we have 2 copies of Inferno Wings. Beautiful card. Again, I've always loved this card. It's 3 cost plus 300, which isn't overwhelming, but it also removes all of your enemy's cores. So especially in a game now, a lot of Bakugan are very core reliant. HTN, Hydorus, the list goes on. It's going to remove those cores, and it's also going to screw your opponent if they're doing trifecta. And that's the most beautiful thing, especially when they're about to drop that Maximus Ventus Drago Evo, or they're going to get something awesome off of another Winton the Hungry. Not going to happen. Inferno Wings. Put them back on the field. I have more things to hit. Take the L, take the damage. Good to go.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that wraps up the deck profile. Do you got anything you want to say, Jacob?
Not at all. I can't wait to be beating your cheeks in the upcoming video.
Yeah, sure. You think so? So yeah, that was Jake. That was his deck profile. Thanks, dog, for showing us what you got, and hopefully the deck can not take an L to me, and I guess perform well. But yeah, guys, if you liked the video, please leave a like, comment, as well, and sub to the channel. And we'll see you in the next profile, the next video, whatever. Peace.